Hello, welcome to Meeple's West. Today we're doing an unboxing video for a game that we've been very excited to receive. It is a World Order, a new Hegemony game from the designers of Hegemony, which was a game that we got last year that we like a lot, a good economic game. So today we're going to be having a look inside and see what comes in the extended edition, along with a few bits and pieces that came with it. So let's get stuck in. Let's say the original Hegemony game was really interesting and fun economic simulation game. Long game, but still a very enjoyable one. So this comes with one of the, I'll be honest, slightly annoying sleeves. I'm not sure why they do it. So there's the naked box showing our good friends and allies, America, China and Europe there, sitting around the table. So let's have a look inside the box. It's a chunky, heavy box. It feels like there's plenty inside. Right, so what we got? So we have a very small diplomacy, get my words out, and dominance rulebook, which is, I would suggest, by the looks of it, a small expansion that comes in the game. Once we've got a head around the base game, we've got that. We have a little board here, domestic focus, diplomatic focus, military focus, engage. So I'll be honest, I don't know much about this game other than its theme and who's designed it. So all of this is going to be new, and I'm not going to be able to give you much insight as to what a lot of this means, unfortunately. We've got some decent player aids. One of the great things about Hegemony, despite the fact that it's difficult to use or difficult to learn because each of the player roles is asymmetric, had really good player aids to try and help you. I assume we've got a similar asymmetric style to this one. So we've got different countries and different goals and requirements, I assume. And the US one on the back. There we go. So now we have the main rulebook for the game. Nice glossy printed rulebook with lots of nice pictures, images, and plenty of rules as you might expect in a game that's pretty hefty. How to play. So again, plenty of light reading for those of an insomniatic nature. We have some cardboard money and a punch board. We then have some player tokens that tell us certain things. There's a tank, I think I can guess what that is. And then we've got the player board. I'll show you that box out of the way. We can open this up and have a look at it. Similar art style to Hegemony. Smaller board, I would say, to be honest. There we go, we've got a map of the world. Got some areas, it looks like, for cards based around the different continents. And then we've got something up here, whatever that relates to. Turn order track, round track. Obviously around the outside we've got the points track. So these look like some sort of tracks to signify dominance or something like that, I assume. So there we go. So that's the board. By the way, and then we've got some nice component trays. These look again like, to me, like they're player coloured. And we've got some nice ones there to pop all our bits in once they've been punched out. So very nice. Okay, and what we've got here, we've got our individual boards for the different countries that are represented in the game. So the United States of America. Yeah, everybody looks like starts with different levels in these different areas depending upon their unique setup. The military focus, the diplomatic focus, and the domestic focus. Then we've got the European Union, our favourite, obviously. People's Republic of China. And Russia. So yes, some interesting countries there based upon current socio-economic conditions in the world. That's something we're going to get into today. And then in here we've got lots of nice wooden bits. So some nice wooden player coloured tanks. So I'm pretty sure when I read the description about the game, it describes itself as not a war game. But not a war game, there's an awful lot of player-coloured tanks in the game. Not sure what those are going to be used for, if not for invading other countries. These look like similar tokens to the ones that we saw in the punch board. What else have we got? Some counters. Again, marked with the different countries' symbols. And we've got some more there, some nice little flags. As you'd expect in a game like this, tons of cards. Very much card-driven games, the Hegemony series of games. So we've got all those. We've got some little miniature cards and then some nice plastic cubes, and then a load more cards. This is the sort of game that's probably going to take me an hour or two just to sort the actual components. But yeah, all looks really nicely produced, as I would expect from the designers and the manufacturers of these games, because they are really very well made and very intelligent, very interesting games that bring up a lot of interesting questions. If I can get this back in the box, I'll be doing well. It looks like I've gone wrong somewhere here. Not sure. I'm not going to worry too much about that now. That's that. So that's what came in the base box. Move those over to one side. Then we have an expansion, World in Turmoil, an expansion for World Order, events that shape the 21st century. So this looks like a fairly chunky expansion, which is going to bring some additional considerations in the game. Just interestingly on here, the game says obviously it plays 2 to 4 players and plays between 2 and 3 hours. Hegemony generally at 4 players takes about 5 hours, so we'll see if this is actually shorter or not when we get round to playing it. So, rule book, again, little rule book, similar in size to the one that came in the base game. We've got a separate little, if I can pick it up, little player board here, which again looks like it'll sit on top of the player board, the main player board, which allows some space for the events that are going to come into play in this particular expansion. Some more cubes, player colour cubes by the look of it, some more little mini cards, and then the event cards referenced, I think, on the back of the box. So this is an Indian multi-role combat aircraft competition. There we go. Not something I thought I'd ever say. So there we go. So that is that little expansion. Then we received, as this is all part of the Kickstarter, I should note, a Hegemonic promo pack, which comes with 12 new action cards for the Hegemony and 4 strategic asset cards for World Order. So a nice little extra thing that'll go. 12 cards can go in our copy of Hegemony, and these will be added to this game. And we've got a nice big box of card sleeves. I won't get card sleeves out, we all know what card sleeves are like. 300 sleeves for the big cards and 200 for the small cards. So again, these came as part of my deluxe pledge. And then finally we have a nice big glossy book. Hegemony did something similar where they actually go through the real life considerations that were taken on board when the designers made the game. So there's a lot of actual hard science and economic theory behind all of this stuff that we're playing around with. And I think this is very similar. So if you really want an introduction to international relations, you've got a really big, thick, interesting, very well produced and illustrated book here that talk about how all of these different countries need to work together or against each other to further their own and the world's endeavours. So that is a serious amount of light reading, 103 pages of light reading. So there we go. So that is that. So all told, that is everything that we received. Put my glasses back on. Everything we received in the World Order pledge. As I say, we're really excited to get this to the table. Hopefully at some point soon we can give you an overview of what we thought of the game when we get to play it. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please, if you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, we'll see you in a future video. Thanks for watching.